Greeting members. I trust you're all well and all great. So I thought let's touch bases on the markets. So I thought and look at this wonderful pair that has been outfolding. So guys, this is a technical outlook on the GBP on a Friday afternoon. So I'm on the weekly time frame and I wanted to reveal some of one of the strategies that I use, my all-time best strategy. So if you can take a look at the GBP on the weekly time frame, we're seeing that the pair have been on a, actually for the short term, currently the short term, the present, the market has been on a downtrend in the short term, and in the long term it has been on an uptrend. So overall the market was on an uptrend, but then it changed to become a downtrend since it broke out of this trend line, support trend line, right? So if you take a look at if you take a look at this high here, this zone here highlighted with a as a rectangle, as a resistance at $1.32624 region, there was a resistance zone. Figure it out. Let's take a move back when price was here, right? When price was here at the low. So price, let's see if price found any support there. There was no support. There was no support zone as far as my broker can go. There was no support zone here to respect this level, maybe let's say a second week. So what happened instead? There was a high there because price impulsed and never came out to test it. Here it tested price once. This is the weekly time frame, remember, after a breakout. Usually price is effective when it's tested two times, not this test, but an effective test similar to that one. So you could have a first touch, you had a first touch, we are still awaiting for a second touch somewhere here. But regardless, I always knew that Gbpusd was gonna come to that high, right? So if you are following Gbpusd, you could have been always been buying according to this uptrend. Imagine if you bought buy the lows, buy. But eventually when it got there, we started seeing sellers coming into the market. So Gbpusd is not on an uptrend, it's on a downtrend. So price changed from the uptrend after it reached this resistance zone that correlates with the previous. Let's see if the monthly correlates with it. Yes, you could say it correlates with the monthly high. That high is from 2022. Is the 2022 high that I'm highlighted there. So price tapped there, and it, as soon as it tapped there, it gave us a candle close of a pin bar. We've been 2 months on a downtrend. So guys, what you do, you actually use your trendception. You place your uptrend. You must know where the trend is going. It's the old saying says the trend is your friend. So make sure that you know where the trend is going from the higher time frames, right? From the higher time frames. So I set in my trend lines and then spotted my supply and demand, my strong supply and demand. That's a strong supply demand, if you can see, because price came and sold from there, right? Imagine if you held your trades there. So that's when you could take your position trade. Position traders are taking trades, are still holding trades there. Big banks, institutional traders. I always say I'm a retail institutional trader. That's what I mean. I'm not yet fit to take long trades, but this is what you get. And then you can imagine the GBPUSD traders, how they've been winning on this one, both the buy trend and the downtrend. So the downtrend just started around let's say August, late August. So it's been a month into this downtrend. So if you can see, because it's a downtrend, because we already broke out, guys. We broke out of the uptrend. Now it's a downtrend, and the next possible target is this low, this demand zone at $1.18 region, because there's a week here that needs to be filled. Maybe from here we could see price buying and testing the previous zone, right? But in the future, or long term maybe. I think we could go further down there. I do not know. It's possible according to the trend. Maybe the fundamental news could tell a different story. Let's see the daily time frame. So what I do, I analyze the monthly, the weekly time frame, and then from there I look at the smaller time frames from the daily going down, and then that's when I'll look to take my positions. So currently, guys, if you can see on the weekly, we are looking for selling opportunities. Let's go on the daily. So on the daily, okay, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, it's still clear. It's clear. So we are looking for retests where we can take our sell orders on the smaller time frame. So you can see how the daily is performing. Gbpusd, it's pulling back from the high. So let's go on the 4 hour. That's where usually I look at my best trades there. So if you can look at the 4 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame, we've seen a slight pullback. Then we've seen sellers coming in there. Let's set this on the daily. Let's set the Fibonacci retracement. So the Fibonacci retracement, we set it from the high to the low. Let me switch it up from the high to the low. Okay. The current high is the high that we have here. What's that high? Let me just use this high. Let's use this high at 1.2536 $1 region. Let's use that high to the low of the price. The low of the price, I can say. That's not the low, man. I can set this low here. This is the low, guys. Right? This is the low, because this is the low I'm talking about that we looked at on the weekly, because this is the horizontal line I got from the weekly. Remember, guys, that's the low. So that's why we put the market from the high to the low. So if the trend breaks out of the 100%, that means it completed the 100% of the trend. So currently, price have broken the 50%, and usually when price breaks 50%, it will continue. It's currently just testing, so you might go all the way to that 1.17814 in a couple of weeks. So if you've been looking at this trade, this was a good opportunity already. You could have already sold here. Could have took sales because it's pulling back. Just reversal. You could have taken a sell here. So guys, there you have it, guys. That's how I look at the markets, and this is how I'm seeing Gbpusd, and I'll keep on updating you guys on the movement, hopefully until we reach the target that we are looking at. Cheers.